I don't know if it'd be a good time. I failed my UK driving test again, so I feel pretty shitty. So either it's a good time to do a session or not, but it's like,
maybe. What driving test, Aaron?
So moving to the UK, US license doesn't don't just trade it in. I've taken a new theory test, like a written one, which I passed, and then a driving test to get my UK license. So now I've failed. That was a second fail on the driving side.
Hey, so I guess God is doubling down on what he's trying to make you realize. I'm saying,
pretty much.
I don't know how religious you are, but in Hebrew, it's called hashgacha pratis. Every little nuance is connected. So God does not want your tuchus driving out of America right now. You didn't grow up with those laws. Maybe you'll cause an accident, God forbid. I don't know. Some people think that's a weak spiritual mindset. I have a sister who's more like, but I am so like that. That's how I would take that. What do you don't need to be on the road. We need to, I don't know. What does he?
Well, I've been driving anyway. I have a UK provisional license.
Is that bad?
I've been driving for 35 years. And I'm totally confident, left, right. Stick shift, manual. But damn. And there's a lot of really realized the way you do UK license tests, driving tests is you go through, it's 45 minutes of driving.
Yeah.
Which I don't remember the States, but I feel like in the States, it's way short. It's just super different. This is the second time. There's a lot of rules. You can get like a major fault where you kind of fail immediately, or a bunch of 15 minor ones. And I must have gotten more. I failed on both sides. I got like 5 major faults and 18 minor issues. And some might be not checking the side view mirror, or this there's so many, and I don't learn what they are until afterwards. I'm like, I have no idea what, so this time I got to get a driver instructor to drive with me for an hour or two and to be like, okay, you had the blinker on for 1 second too long, or you started a second too short.
Yeah, their style.
Like the instant feedback. Yeah, because
Hey, take a big deep breath. Just be excited for how much better you'll be, because think of the podcast concierge. Isn't it much easier to slide into a Mission Impossible episode with a personal trainer? So just like you said, you have more fun doing things with other people. So get a little driving tutor. That's what we had to do to get our American thing. Remember, we had to drive around with the guy. I failed a couple of times too. I always was just getting through the grades. Well, not just getting through. Like in college, I started to find my B+, A- rhythm, but SATs, all that was always it was almost like the pressure of just the test taking, not even,
Yeah. Normally I'm good. I've always tested well. The driving test, one thing I didn't do, and I should have, it wouldn't have helped me ultimately, but something inside me was saying, you got to recheck all the speed limits, because there's not always signs up.
Yeah.
And depending when you're coming out of the city, it could be 30, 40, and I just didn't, I wouldn't have passed with that if I had checked in, but that's one area that I didn't brush up on. I was brushing up on other things and then there, but I listen to myself, kind of slow and tune in a little more carefully to do that inner voice. But yeah, I need a driver instructor who can drive for an hour or two, or whatever it takes to be okay. This instant feedback, because getting a list of 20 things after the test doesn't help me. I don't even know when signal issue. What does that mean?
Yeah, there's so many different things. Hey, you're on something, and you have to remember the comfort zone. You're officially out of your comfort zone. It's not in an area of your life that you thought it would be, but recognizing that it's a law of nature, and this is one little thing that's plopped into your lap, and you can't choose it. You'd never choose to be here. But now, what's that Stoic line that said, the best ideas come from no money. Having no money breeds the best ideas. There's something like that. And so it's like having no comfort that you as a grown man couldn't do that. But remember, all American guys, we'd all fail 3 times. Think about that. I think you're so unique that you're an American guy that lives, so just remember that too. You're comparing yourself with other European guys your age. When really,
it's not even so much of that. It's just like another thing. At first, I don't want to do it. I've been driving. I did the studying and I did it, and it's like I sit there for 45 minutes just sweating, like, oh, am I gonna pass this time?
Yeah.
And then
it's
it wasn't already. It was already not having a good day as it was, and it just piles on, and so
Aaron,
it's fine.
Think about this, Aaron. You go from LA, Scotland, you live in Scotland, 9 kids, you're freaking living your journey and you are winning. And that's a winning problem, to get a European license, to get a Scotland,
it doesn't feel that way. That's a mental exercise. So I mean, at some point, and I'll gotta do some exercise to exorcise some of the yucky feeling. And it's first world problems, right? When I can go to is I kind of have to have some space to kind of dive in and rethink about something and sit there and sort through it to kind of shift my state. But first, it's like just that yucky feeling. It's like bleh. And it wasn't the only thing. Again, there's just sometimes there's other things in the house, or if there's a lot of days, I don't know, the days, happiness or how do I feel today? It's not even a today. It's like moment by moment, hour by hour. Sometimes there's like a through line or kind of an elemental baseline for the day that is either kind of feels better, feels worse, and then there's kind of mini ups and downs for the day. But it could always change.
That DavidGoggins, the 36 African American Navy SEAL YouTube speaker, he always says, do something that sucks every day of your life. Doing things that suck is the journey. That's like his whole angle, like running with rolling tires, a big tire down the road for 5 miles, whatever it is, stupid, but doing things that suck. I always clean.
I can't wait to see him write a book after he's been a parent.
You're right. Aaron, you mentioned something. I think there's other people that sometimes have something that gives a hiccup to their day that maybe, even if it's not 10 push-ups right now, me and you, Aaron and Tweedy doing some push-ups, it might just be stretching. And I think for this episode with Tweedy, I'm going to show you 10 seconds of my stretching routine. Very easy. It's kind of learned it from martial arts. This way, 5 times wide, then you go narrow, then you go the other way wide, and then you go narrow, and then you're going to cross. You're going to hold this for 20 seconds. I'm going to do it shorter for you guys. And then you're going to do the other arm for 20 seconds. And then you're going to cross. I'm going to put Tweety down for this one. Then, so we were here. And so now we're going to go like this. Hold that elbow. And that's my arm stretching right there. And we could rewind this or whatever it is. I learned it from martial arts. Until you have someone that teaches you a 10-second, 60-second stretch, how the heck are you supposed to know the magic of stretching? This David got this one too.
YouTube.
This DavidGoggins stretches for 2 hours a day. There's some yoga and magic in stretching. Aaron, we want to see Aaron Ross. I know I'm being bossy, but I feel confident. We want to see you do 5 slow motion. I am constantly doing, what do they call this type of exercise where it's not even weights? It's just heartbeat, blood rushing. It's like warming.
Aerobic?
Yeah. Calisthenics. It's like you're always warming up to go out onto the court.
I mean, it sounds super annoying, but I'll do it because why not? I'm just sitting there.
This is why you're Aaron Ross. Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You fucking happy now?
5 push-ups.
I'm messing.
5 push-ups for the duck pack. For all of our audience.
You saying duck pack?
I'm going to do them too. 5 push-ups. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Honestly, it's not the exercise that feels like it make a difference, but it's just like, all right, just being kind of ridiculous. And
Exactly. Wait, do that arm stretch for us. We're not done yet, Aaron. There we go. Tweedy is.
My inner voice is like, fuck you.
Oh, yeah, get it. That's not hard enough. Tweedy.
Nah, not even that's just like, it's just like the old commercial, like, fucking sort of.
Yeah. Do you feel that in your armpit? You feel that?
I mean, it's in my, I don't know, tricep or something.
Push it until you feel the warmth in your armpit. Not too much, but like, that's what stretching is. It's a little past what you normally would do. And now remember the cross. We're almost done. You're doing great. Everyone that's watching our podcast, we hope that you can use this as your daily stretch routine. We're gonna do this.
I mean, the only stretching I do is when I get to the yoga class, which I got to find one around here because that's something I missed from, like, in Santa Monica West Side, they're spoiled by it's like yoga.
Yeah. You know what though?
Power yoga, coffee yoga, hopping yoga, music yoga, ABC yoga.
Exactly. Yeah. And have the mat and be ready to do those 5 things in your room too. Because a lot of times it's like, oh, I'm going to wait and go to yoga, but it never happens. But hopefully tomorrow you're already going to feel those push-ups. And that's that momentum. That's the heat. So I was going to say, I'm constantly working out. Let's pregame our episodes with 20 push-ups or anything. I thought of that idea halfway through our series. And then I was like, I don't know him. I don't know if some people don't like stretching. And if you ask them to do push-ups, they take it as an insult.
I don't know. I don't like stretching. I'm happy to do it just because I'm not going to get that annoyed by it. I like yoga more than stretching. There's a difference in my mind in poses. And I don't know, going back, like, thing is, like, we all have first world problems. Anyone who's watching this is probably in the first world with first world problems. Now, you can be in the bubble, which is like United States, Europe, first world. You can be in the bubble, like in New York, or like, fancy areas, or the bubble. But, whoever you are, just because you are feeling or I'm feeling challenged or in pain doesn't diminish the fact that it's a real feeling. And it's like, okay, I think the perspective exercise, it's like, hey, there's a real feeling. Oftentimes it's triggering some sort of past trauma, or maybe it's just like a burnout. But to go back to, okay, let's go revisit the life and the perspective. And it's good to honor both, which is, I have a great life and I still feel shitty for some silly reason, that's judgmental, some reason that in small in the scheme of things, and then to go back and relook at the bigger picture of things.
What an epic episode. Aaron Ross, you can only be you if you're honest, and that's why it's so damn fun to do this with you. Everyone, do those push-ups, do those stretches. This weirdly turned into such a useful episode. Of all the time we chatter, we took your problem and we made a micro solution that anyone watching can put in right now. And if you're listening to this on Spotify,
well, I still need to go running.
Good.
It was good. I still feel poopy, but it's a little tiny bit less. But I'm going to go running after, and just give it a bit of time. And ultimately, like, okay, great quote I read. I can't remember who. The bridge between despair and hope is a good night's sleep. I'm sure that went, oh yeah, that's good.
I feel like that means go to bed, even, and it'll be okay in the morning. Aaron, I'm tempted to ask you, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and request it for all the ducklings that listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Can you do 5 more push-ups? Because your face, when you see this episode, everyone watching, your face has completely changed. And I don't know what 5 more push-ups will do, but I have a very good feeling I'm going to do 2. Here we go.
Maybe I have something else to be annoyed at, which is you right now versus my test. And I say that with love, Jacob.
Hey, it takes this is a good angle. I'm doing 10, baby. Wow. Come on, Tweedy. Let's go, Tweedy. Let's go, Tweedy.
People who, it's like when people who try to help you and no, it's like sometimes it's hard to help people because they don't want to be helped.
Dude, sometimes you need a crazy
Usually
friend.
right?
Sometimes you need a crazy friend with a duck to make you do push-ups. I don't have many best friends, but I have a few, and I call them. You know, you call your friends, and you have to man cave. You have to take yourself to yoga. You have to give yourself a pat on the back. And with that, I think we're signing out. Aaron is out. Oh shoot, Aaron's out of the compound. He has escaped.
Yep. Navigated the gauntlet.
Dude, I'm breathing harder now. Once you do what do we do? 10 push-ups? You can't control the momentum. You've already started it. It's like lighting the dynamite fuse.
It's out of control.
There we go. Look at that. Grabbed his coat, feeling less poopy. Hopefully not stepping in any dog poopy.
Yeah, that's every day. With four dogs create a lot of piss and shit. Let's tell you that.
Oh, really? Oh, you're telling that to a person with a duck?
Oh, with the duck. Yeah, I know the duck may trumpet.
Tweedy just had his bath. Tweedy and my cat, they are some naughty kids, man. Sometimes they'll just get on a roll of like everyone vomiting and doing an accident at the same time and needing something. And then I remember that I have a duck as a son. Aaron is in his chopper about to go on a mission.
This is the family wagon.
Nice.
Although it's okay, you know, I really do miss. We had in Los Angeles a Sprinter van, that big 12-seater. We could stand up in it. It's like a FedEx van. That was an awesome car.
What'd you love?
That car? Just like space, and because you're riding high, you can walk through the car. Like there's an aisle. It was awesome. It was just like an awesome, huge car, which would not be a good fit here. It'd be illegal for me. You need a special here in the UK to do more than a 9-seater. You need a special like commercial license.
Wow.
I think maybe for personal use it's okay, but we don't have as many kids at this house.
Yeah.
Anyway, so in LA, everyone was there, and so we'd use the whole 12-seater sometimes.